معهمش نور. بيناموا على الأرض أو الأرض
مفيش سراير.
مفيش سراير. وهم أصلاً مفيش أصلاً floor يعني هم it's mud.
Yes.
فبيناموا عليها في الشتاء طبعاً
في شباك في باب في حاجات زي كده.
ساعات بيبقى
في بيوت ما فيهاش باب.
وطبعاً في محتاجات تانية like health issues.
أيوة.
يمكن البابا تعبان مش قادر provide للفاميلي.
بابا.
sorry مش بابا. بيبقى تعبان مش قادر يعني يشتغلوا كده we provide للفاميلي.
Yes. واحتياجات التعليم السكولينج والإديوكيشن برضو بتلاقوا الأولاد بيتعلموا ولا مش بيتعلموا؟
شفنا حضانات شفنا kindergarten classes وschools معمولة منور عاملاها جميلة جدا. they teach English, math,
they prepare them even for the kindergarten.
Religion, yeah, it's very good. I was very surprised.
Christina, Amina, you want to add anything?
We also did, besides visiting, sorry, my Arabic is.
Yes.
But we also visited some of the homes that were completed for some of the families, and we actually participated in some painting and like drywalling. So it was nice to get kind of our hands dirty a little. But it was kind of surprising to see the contrast between some families that don't have anything, that are living with cows, and then other families that, you know, may have like a nice, a pretty nice home, you know. But what I really took from it is that even the kids that were living in the houses with, you know, like cows, and they were living with chickens, and their dad couldn't work, they were still smiling when we came and saw them. And like, we didn't do anything for them. We gave them maybe some candy sometimes, and that's what we did. But I saw that very nice. But one thing that I'd like to maybe share is that even though I see a lot of good happening, which is great, there's so much that's happening and so much that we're providing, that the organization is providing. I think one thing that's lacking is that we're maybe sometimes missing the root. And the root is, of course, education and religion. And some families, you could tell that the kids, when we asked, you know, they went to school every day, they went to church every week. But then there's other families that they didn't even know how to say our Father. And those kids were staying at home. And the way I see it is that in those families, even though we're providing for them at that time, I don't know how long the funds will last. And the cycle will just continue. So the kids will become like their parents, unfortunately, and because they have no education and they have no religion. And so I know that they're starting programs where they require, you know, or they want kids to come for like, you know, maybe drug addiction programs or something like that. But I think more has to be done at the root, which is the school and the religion, which is not easy. But
what is the most thing you impressed?
Impressed? Embraced?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think just
from children.
From the children?
Yes.
Their simpleness, and their love for everyone.
Yes. They are satisfied.
Yes.
Very satisfied.
Yes, they are very satisfied.
Although they are very poor, very needy.
But they are very happy.
Catherine, in the bus you told me you'll tell His Holiness about your opinions. And
Yes,
you have a
they
very
would like to
valuable
hear.
opinion. All yours.
I think on the trip we learned that like there are different levels of what people go through, and even though we saw some cases, there are worse cases and better cases. Like some people who don't even have somewhere to stay at night, who we wouldn't have even known who were there to be able to help them. And there are some cases where they had basics, but they needed extra to live off of better. And we kind of took what we had for granted. Like even going there, we were able to eat on the bus, and they may not have even been able to eat the past couple of days.
Bravo.
John, you want to add anything?
I would say for me it was a kind of enlightenment, and it kind of instilled a renewed sense of like proactivity in me, because when I know when I leave tomorrow, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna go into my house, I'm gonna have a warm meal that Bubba's gonna cook for me, and it's gonna be very easy living for me. But now at the same time I know that while I'm at my house eating, these people, their lives aren't changing. They're still living on the dirt, they're still living with their cows and chickens. So it makes me want to take action, as in I want to be able to do more. I want to find different ways to help, because now we've seen, but once you understand and once you have that knowledge, the next step is action.
Yes.
And that's what I feel like where we should go to next.
Did you find Jesus Christ in that village?
Yes. One thing that I actually like love after we took the case, قدمنا الكيس وبعدين يعني بنسألهم أسئلة من رعب من النور، يعني بنسألهم بتروحوا كذا بتعملوا كذا يعني عاوزين حاجة. بعدين واحد من الخدام بيسألهم قفوا صلوا معانا. أول حاجة بيقولوها أول 4 حاجات نشكرك يا رب. يعني بيقول يعني الخادم بيقول له اطلب أي حاجة منهم، اطلب من ربنا أي حاجة عاوزها. نشكرك يا رب، نشكرك اللي أنت بعتنا رعب من النور، ونشكرك على اللي أنت زرتنا النهاردة. بس مش بيطلب، ما شفتش ولا طلب منهم يعني they don't ask like I need this I need يعني عاوز مية سخنة، عاوز يعني كوباية عاوز عشاء. So like the first thing يعني like بعد ما أبونا سرفيم قعد معانا كنا بنتكلم على rejoice in the Lord.
Yes.
And I was meditating on the last all cases. The first thing they do is rejoice in the Lord, not with. They literally just rejoice with him. And I think I took the يعني بركة كبيرة جدا لينا احنا كلنا شباب من الكنيسة. يعني we were very thankful that we took more than what we came for. Like we came to serve, but I feel like we got served. We learned so much. We learned, because I lived here for 13 years and I might seen some stuff, but it's just different. When I came back, I never ever imagined that kids will never like have shoes to wear, not like when they never have candy, maybe once, and يعني بعد العيد يعني it was an amazing experience.
I would like to tell you a story. Story about a girl in very poor village. Girl about 10 years. And a group like you, servant, coming from Vienna in Europe. These servants visit the house of that girl, very poor house. That girl in the school. And then the servant asked her, Marina, if I give you 1 million Egyptian pound, how you use it? Marina still thinking for just 1 minute and answered. She said that 500,000 I will build a church in my village. There is no church. And say another half I will distribute it for the poor families. And you, Marina, no, I don't need anything. فعايز أقول لكم إن الولاد برغم إن حالة فقر لكن في حالة شبع أو رضا أو satisfaction زي ما
صلواتهم أثرت فينا خالص.
خالص. في مجموعات بتيجي مش بنخليها تدرس الحالات زي ما انتوا بتعملوا كده، لكن بنخليها تعمل خدمة زي مدارس الأحد. ومن خلال مدارس الأحد هم بيتعاونوا ويا الأولاد والبنات، بيقدروا يكتشفوا إيه اللي ورا البيوت، فيبتدوا يزوروا البيوت. لأن أحيانا الناس تفكر إن زيارات الخدام هي للأمور المادية بس، عشان أجيب دولاب وأجيب شباك وأجيب باب. النظرة دي مش حلوة. الحاجة التانية إن ارتباطهم بالكنيسة في غاية الأهمية، لأن في بلاد ما فيهاش كنايس، فارتباطهم بالروح الكنسية. إيه الروح الكنسية؟ يعني نتجمع ويا بعض زي ما إحنا كنا صغيرين كده في مدارس الأحد في اجتماعات الخدمة الصغيرة، إزاي هم يدوقوا الحكاية دي. كمان من الحاجات اللي أحب ألفت نظركم ليها إن مناطق كتيرة، يمكن في مرة قادمة لما تيجوا ممكن أنزلكم في مناطق الصحراء. أنتوا رحتوا قرى حوالين النيل، لكن في مناطق صحراوية كبيرة جدا وواسعة جدا. وعندنا هنا في مصر حاجة عشان تبقوا عارفينها، عندنا internal migration from Upper Egypt to North, with the desert in the north coast very huge، والأقباط فيها dispersed في كل مكان. My previous minister